Okay, as you work in DRC, there may be a situation where a student is not in DRC, and so in that case, you will need to request a Leap 360 roster update. There also may be a situation in which a new student comes to your school and that student does not have a LSID. So in that case, you will need to request that the SIS team create a LSID for that student. You will not be able to add this student to test sessions in DRC without a LSID. So these are two situations that you will probably have to deal with. So a student's not in DRC or a student does not have a LSID. All right, so there are forms that you have to fill out. So the link, if you go to your Canvas course in the home page, the in this little part right here where it has help resources, there's going to be a link here that will get you to that form. The other way you can do this is to actually go to the EBR school's web page. So you click on that web page, and you see where it says links right here. You click on links, and then you scroll all the way down, and you're going to see this little part here that says the SIS Team Support Request Form. Then you click on Visit Link. All right, now when you do this, it's going to ask you for some information. So anything with an asterisk is required. So it's going to ask for your email address. So you type in your email address. Then it's going to ask, again, the next one is your name. So the person requesting this. All right, then you don't need your phone number and you don't need your school or site location, although there's no asterisk. You're going to need that in the next form probably. So you just go ahead and do it now if you want to. I would go ahead and do it now. And then here's where you would go to request. Okay, so this is the part you're going to need. So remember, we were talking about this right here. So how do I request a Leap 360 roster update for a student that's not in DRC? Or how do I request that a LSID be created for a student in which the student does not have a LSID? So this is where you would go. So you do one of these, whichever one you need. So let's start with the first one. So let's say you need to request a DRC Leap 360 roster update. So you click on the radio button, then you go to next, and then you're going to see this. So it says DRC Leap 360 roster update. Now notice there are two links here, so make sure you read it carefully. Please use the Google form link below to submit your DRC roster Leap 360 roster update to the SIS team. And this link here is if you want to if you want to track the status of your request. So let's go to the form. So I'm clicking on the form, and then see it's asking for the school name here. So this is where you're going to need to put it. Now make sure you read this. So it says please use this form to submit each individual student that you would like to request added to your school's DRC Leap 360 roster. And then please complete a separate form for each student. So if you need 5 students, you got to do this 5 times. So you do your school name. So you scroll down until you find your school name and you pick it. Then you need the student's first name. Make sure you're actually using the student's correct first name. Don't Make sure there are no errors in there. It's got to be correct. The SIS team will not be able to help you very well if any of this information is not correct. Alright, so student's first name, student's last name, the grade level of the student ID, and the LSID. So you need both. You need the student ID and you need the student's LSID. And then you submit. And then you do another one for the next student. Alright, so that's what you would do if you need to request a Leap 360 roster update. Okay, now let's go back to our discussion on the LSID part. Okay, you need a LSID for a student. All right, so let's go to that. So I'm going to go to the links. Click on the link again, visit link right here. Same information as before. Remember that when you did the part for the student not in DRC, that first page is the same. So you do your first name. Remember, your email address or anything with an asterisk required. Okay, and then you go to uh, the name of the person requesting. So you click, you type in your name, and then you don't need this. You don't have to put the school name here because you're going to need it in the next form. So you can leave it off. Now you scroll down, and then this time you're going to request this. So you're going to request the to create a LACID for a student. Then you go to next. And now notice in green it says request to create a LACID for a student. So please use the Google form link below to submit your request. And then here's the part you would use to track the status. So you click here, and it's almost the same as the one for updating Leap 360 roster. You need your school name. Again, students, all this information, make sure there are no errors in what you type in. And notice this time all you need is the student ID. Now, it usually takes a day or so for a LACID to be created. So that's pretty quick. The system is pretty quick at creating LACIDs. And then you submit and you're done. So that is how you're going to request a Leap 360 roster update, or you're going to request a LACID for a student. If you have any questions, make sure you contact accountability if you need further assistance.